But if I get that good nyash, I will shift the womb.
Guys, you're starting this on a high note.
I told you this is a fun show today. This is a fun show.
The womb is meant to be shifted.
Hey, I always tell my South Sudanese boys, my South Sudanese brothers, when you leave South Sudan and you go date somebody that is not a South Sudanese, you're representing the entire flag. So if you're Ugandan, you're dating a Kenyan lady, you're representing Museveni and his whole clan, the whole family, the whole country.
Exactly.
So how do you go out and you go for 1 minute representing Uganda 1 minute?
Hi guys, welcome to Kenganda. My name is Janita Maya. This is the Repat podcast. Now, I would like to say I am joined by these handsome men, guys. These black African kings right here. Guys, introduce yourselves.
Hi guys, Outer Brian here, content creator from UG. Nice to be here.
Add black king to that. Say black king.
Yaga will add. Okay, this is blacker than me.
Oh my God.
When we are done with this place, you will explain.
You want to
Okay, guys, this is
to
your
mix
boy
it?
Yaga, Mr. Idiot, Wakanda Warrior.
Okay.
Carrying South Sudan on his back.
Representing South Sudan, Uganda, East Africa.
Biggest.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to South Sudan. I want to go to Juba so bad.
You should go.
Yeah, I want to go.
No nyash there.
Hey, buddy, forget about Nya.
Sacramento, California. Let's get into it. All right, so we want to, it's Friday, right, when we're recording this. So, we've been having some real serious topics, Pan-Africanism without romanticism. Look, we want to have some fun today, right? So we know that Uganda is right next to Kenya, and we know that you've been to Kenya. Look, you getting excited. So for the people out there, whether it's, male or female, and we all know that the East African community is doing a really good job, I would say, in comparisons to what I've been seeing in ECOWAS in the Southern African community. What is the difference? Because people want to come here and start a new life. So dating is something that's going to be a part of the job. What is the difference between dating, let's say if you want to live in Kenya, then dating in Uganda?
Dating in Uganda and
That's
Kenya.
about your dating experience.
Let us talk about. I've never dated in Kenya.
Are you serious?
Really?
I've never.
Don't lie on a public platform.
I cannot lie, and I'm not lying, and I
This
will
is a
never
public
lie.
Platform. Okay.
I've never dated a Kenyan lady.
Yes.
You get, but I've dated only Ugandans.
Have you slept with a Kenyan lady?
Hell no. I've
Why
never.
you saying
Why the hell
no?
I've never.
Okay.
I've never. But if I get that good nyash, I will shift the womb.
Guys, you're starting this on a high note.
I told you this is a fun show today. This is a fun show.
The womb is meant to be shifted.
Hey, this is it. I always tell my South Sudanese boys, my South Sudanese brothers, when you leave South Sudan and you go date somebody that is not a South Sudanese, you're representing the entire flag. So if you're Ugandan, you're dating a Kenyan lady, you're representing Museveni and his whole clan, the whole family, the whole country.
Exactly.
So how do you go out and you go for 1 minute representing Uganda 1 minute? No.
So how long should they go for?
No, it doesn't matter the time, but make sure she doesn't wake up.
Even if it's 1 minute.
Even if it's 1 minute or less than a minute, make sure she falls asleep.
Utilize that minute.
Use that because you are representing a flag.
All
You
flat.
get? How do I leave South Sudan, travel over I don't know how many kilometers to Uganda, and then I'm just pa like a rabbit and I'm out? It doesn't make any sense. You get? So dating in Uganda, I would say,
Yes.
I've never dated a Kenyan lady,
Yes.
but I've dated Ugandan ladies.
Okay.
They're beautiful.
Yes.
Obviously, the nyash is satisfying. You look at a woman and you're like, mashallah. Mashallah is thank God. You understand? You look at her and you're like, Mashallah. I've been to Kenya. I've seen the Kenyan ladies that are pretty, but their forehead. Hey, you see, our Ugandan ladies complain of forehead. You have not seen Kenyan ladies. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Hey, those guys have airports.
Oh my gosh.
I swear. But they are pretty, man. They's having a forehead, but you're still pretty on top of being.
That they say forehead makes ladies look pretty. Most girls with forehead are pretty.
But Ugandan ladies, oh my God.
Wait, first tell us, how is the nyash? You know, I've never been Kenyan. How is the nyash in Kenya compared
This is why
to
I want you to go to Kenya with me so that you can. The thing is, Kenyan ladies have good nyash,
Yes.
like Ugandan ladies. But Ugandan ladies' nyash is kind of softer than the Kenyan one. The Kenyan one is a bit hard compared to. For Uganda,
How do you know?
it's
How do you
fluffy.
know? How do you know if you never dated?
Don't worry. We have been there. You can't tell. I'm a nyashologist. I have a PhD in nyashologist.
I do have a question.
Yes,
Because
please.
most people who watch us are all about, they want submissive women. They want softer women, feminine women. So would you say that Ugandan girls, like between the two regions, like which
Ugandan
side
girls
takes
are
it?
more submissive compared to Kenyan girls.
Mm.
Okay, the thing is, we are in a generation right now where we think because we are all making money, the ladies and the men are making money, we all think we are the same level. We all think that we have the same rights and all that. But when you are to come to reality of stuff, I don't care how much you make a month. It's none of my
We'll
damn
bleep it
business.
out.
Right.
Yeah, it's none of my damn business. But the problem is with our ladies right now, when you make money, even if it's less than what a man makes, as long as you're making your own money, you think you have it all. And that is one thing that men never put in the eyes of the ladies, because we are naturally providers. So we have to go out, find the food, bring it home. We don't put it in the eyes of the ladies that, I'm doing this for you, I'm doing this for you. Unless if you really put me in a situation where I have to bring out what I've done for you.
Yeah.
You get, that is when I will come out and be like, I've done this. But our ladies right now, the only problem that is killing our ladies, they're beautiful, yes. They have good behaviors, yes. But when it comes to being submissive, they think when they make money, they don't have to be. They don't have to be because they have it all.
Yes.
Making money doesn't give you the right to disrespect your partner. Me as a man, even if I'm making millions and billions of money, you are my woman. I have to respect you.
Yes.
I have to put you in your place as my woman.
Yes.
You get? I have to put myself down, treat you like my queen. But the problem right now, men are making money even more than the ladies. But the ladies make money and they think because they're making money, they can say anything or behave anyhow. And that is why divorce is becoming something. It's becoming crazy in Africa, like in the Western world. You get? You making money. Let's be honest. Most of these relationships that are ending and all that is when a woman starts making money, the relationship ends. Why? Because they think after making money, they have it all. They don't need a man.
Yeah.
You get? And for us men, we make money to spend on ladies. To be honest, you will find O'Shea making thousands and thousands of dollars, but he's not even spending on himself the way he's spending on a woman.
That's the way
You
to
get?
go.
You will find, obvious. You
That's
know
what
why?
Joan likes.
You know why? It's our
Haven't I
nature.
been telling you this?
It's our nature as providers. You make.
Provision.
You get, you have to provide for your woman. So we make, and we don't put it in the eyes of the ladies that, I'm providing for you, I'm taking care of you, this and this. You get, you have to do this.
Right.
No, that is not how we do it as men.
Yes.
It is our nature. So we know that is our responsibility.
Right.
So we are asking all ladies out there, no matter how much you're making, it's none of our damn business. Be a woman, be that woman that a man would want to leave work and come back home. Imagine waking up because you want to go to work. You're going to work because the house you're in, you're not having the peace. You get? But do you know what it means for a man? You are at work and you really want to go back home because of the beautiful woman you have back home, or the submissive woman you're having at home, the woman that gives you the peace. But imagine coming home, you're like a rabbit in the house. You are this and this and this. You get? Men already have their peace of mind.
Yeah.
We already have our peace of mind. Making money, having a good life, that is our peace of mind. But when we marry a woman or when we decide to be in a relationship with a lady, we want a lady that is going to add on that. Because there are some things that we can't get for ourselves as men.
Yeah, but
and you have to get from a woman.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that you would more likely face that in Kenya or in Uganda?
In Uganda, no, in Kenya it's more.
Yes.
You get Ugandan women are a bit submissive
Yeah.
to Kenyan women.
Okay.
You know why? Kenya has moved so fast that
Yeah.
it's coming to the Western
Yeah. Okay, that's something that we talk
and
about.
they're copying a Western lifestyle, which goes against the African lifestyle. People think being an African is being local, is being useless and being what? But if you have to look at it, we have morals. You get? This is why our mothers could handle what our fathers are doing. This is why our fathers could handle what our mothers were doing, whether they were wrong or what. But nowadays, you're in a relationship, something small goes wrong, boom, it has ended. There is no room for discussion.
Right.
There is no room for understanding one another.
Okay.
If your woman is not being submissive, doesn't mean that you should just break up with her.
Okay.
Try to change her.
Okay.
Try to sit her down. Teach her the ways of being a woman, even if you're not a woman. Teach her what you want as a man. You get? But nowadays, it doesn't go for the women alone.
Yeah.
You get? Because sometimes for a woman to be submissive to you, it's how you conduct yourself as a man.
No, that's true.
You get?
Let me just go ahead.
You don't want somebody to be submissive and you're being an idiot.
So let me just say this. On his point, I've dated here.
You've dated there.
Everywhere.
I can complete for you. The statement.
Do you want to be fired? So what I'll tell you is let's just talk about in dating in Kenya. Now, we talked about why you wanted to possibly, as content creators, move to Kenya because of the opportunities there that are capitalistic.
Yep.
The downside of that is capitalism changes behaviors of people. And what I've noticed with Kenya, I don't see a lot of ladies in Uganda with tattoos.
They don't. On piercings and all those
I'm just saying and really ladies with tattoos, sorry, Joan, but ladies with tattoos, it's not against you personally, but a lady who gets a tattoo, typically there's a different mindset on average versus somebody that doesn't. And I see more like blonde wigs mimicking the culture in America from what I see in Kenya. So Kenyans tend to be more or less influenced by the international standard of feminism than what I see happens here. There have been times where, let's say if I know somebody in Uganda and a lady will bow, and I'm at first I'd be like, no, you don't have to do it for me. But I'm like, wait, no. Let her do it. This is her culture. This is how she was. Yeah, let me not.
That is what she thinks it's right.
Yeah. Let me not stop that. But I don't know if you could get that in and this is in the big city. I've had this happen to me several times in Kampala. I'm not sure how often that could happen in Nairobi. And women in Nairobi, it is very similar. Not all of it, but it can give you a reflection of what it is like dating somebody from Black America with a Kenyan accent. It's not as vulgar because most women, like women in Kenya, women in Uganda, for me as an American, it both seems like the level of submissiveness is the same. But when you go into the details, Kenyan women are more outspoken. They're more willing to challenge ideas. They're more willing to stand on their square. Yeah, they're more willing to take initiative. Like for an African American to deal with a Ugandan woman versus a Kenyan woman, the Ugandan woman will be is trained more to wait on you to take the relationship to the next level. A Kenyan woman is more aggressive in pushing it. I want you to meet my mom. I want you to do this.
Again.
I want you to be my husband, which is very similar to what you see in the African American community. African American women, if I was to bring, I used to have a African American girlfriend I almost got married to. If I bring her here the first day, if that particular was come here today, the first day, she's gonna change everything in the house. This is the first day. She's gonna send a strong message to me that I'm here, and she's gonna have a conversation. Whatever ladies you got going on right now, get rid of them before I get there. And I don't know. I'm not saying that Ugandan women can't be like that. I've heard that some tribes are different. I heard that women from the north can be aggressive, more aggressive than some in the west or in the central. But Kenyans tend to be what I would say a blend between what I see in the west and what I see in Uganda.
Uganda, yeah.
And they're more aggressive, more I won't say business oriented, but let me just say, for example, that hustler gene, it's more activated in what I see in Kenya than on average than here. That's in general because Kenya is more capitalistic. But I want to be a strong woman. I want to be more independent. I don't really need you vibe. Tattoo vibe. Looking more like somebody like Nicki Minaj vibe. It's more there
Kenya.
than here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think if you're a guy, you want to, it's kind of the best of both worlds because they're still submissive more than Americans. But Uganda, especially like in Buganda, is very, I mean, a lady can dress and go out to the club and look like somebody from here. But when she gets home, she could also be the same person kneeling and not talking back. But women in Kenya are going to challenge some
It's gonna be the
ideas.
same thing, out and home.
Yeah. You know what? From my experience, my personal experience, the Kenyan women I've met are so feminine and so submissive. Like sometimes I'm just like, speak up for yourself.
When
I can't accept
I'm
that.
saying from my experience, from the Kenyan girls that I've met, Rachel can testify. Rachel, can you confirm? The Kenyan girls that we know, are they not more feminine and more submissive?
Go ahead, Rachel.
I've had the experience with both sides of the women from Kenya because I have some friends and I've been in networks where it's more, it was more professional and all that. And I loved how they were, very professional, very, they stood up for themselves and everything. But as I've also experienced the ones like you asked me, who are like, yeah.
Pushovers,
Don't be
soft.
a pushover. You can, So, yeah.
Okay, Rachel. So the point I was driving at was the Kenyans, in my experience, the Kenyans I've met have been more submissive and more feminine. But again, there's a stereotype that Kenyan women are more, I don't want to say the word hard-headed or something like that, but like they're more firm in what they're saying. It's like, when you come back home, maybe a Ugandan man say, oh, let me carry your bags and whatnot. Maybe a Kenyan man will say, where is the food? Where is the meat? Or you came back home empty-handed. That's the stereotype that they push on TikTok. And
Okay, let me say this.
Yeah.
It is a stereotype.
Yeah.
You can find a Ugandan woman who can even. I even had a situation where somebody beat me in my sleep before.
God.
What?
That was a lot. Oh,
Yes.
it happened, but
Yo.
It happened. Like, yeah. And you happened to be there.
accept that.
But anyways, yeah.
Can it happen?
It wasn't that bad, but I mean, it was bad enough. So it was funny, but it wasn't really like beating, but a few hard slaps. But it's, I mean, you know what I mean? Like I
just
said,
getting off track.
but the thing is, like, okay, on average, what I would say, yeah, you can have some women who are, but what I would say on average, what you're gonna
Yeah.
see is a Ugandan lady are gonna be more what you would consider traditional. Uganda is more traditional than it is influenced by the West. Like Ugandans appreciate the West, and you can get favoritism for the West. But that's why in Uganda, like their biggest creators, like you're talking about, are going to be in Luganda, especially in the central. The central is going to be Buganda Kingdom, for example, and even like what I've seen in the north, in the Nilota community, they're very much into who they are. So if you're coming to Africa and you want a lot of tradition,
Yeah.
I think Uganda is the king of tradition. Whatever tradition is not lost is still here.
Yeah.
And so women are going to do the things that they have been taught more or less. I'm not saying that Kenyans don't do it, but in my own personal experience, what I have seen is that Kenyans are more on the international standard, or more likely to be a blend between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do agree with you about that. Ugandan women being more traditional. There's a thing
Yes.
when you're growing up, you're taught on how to care for a man, how to look after a man, what you need
That
to
is
do.
it.
They're still
Now that
pushing
can
our
be a good
parents.
thing or a bad thing.
How is it a bad
How
thing?
it's a bad thing that they could easily beat you up and then you stay in the marriage just because you want to uphold certain standards.
That is,
Why
why would you say it could be a bad thing?
That's what I'm meaning by saying it could be a bad thing, because we are taught you don't just walk away from a marriage. You make it work, even
Right.
as they're beating your ass and
I know.
you're
No,
facing, you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. You stay there and make it work. That's what we're
No,
taught.
that is when, this is why sometimes I'm like, when it comes to our cultures, that is the same thing. Like when you come to my culture in South Sudan, the Dinka, you get, our ladies, our girls are brought up the same way.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stick in marriage no
Yeah.
matter how hard, tough things are.
Yeah.
But this is it. These cultures, some of the ideas or some of the things that were brought in these cultures was like, would I say, selfish mindsets or like selfish
To benefit
thoughts of
men.
some people. You get to benefit a gender. That is why some things are benefiting women, not benefiting men, and some are benefiting men, not benefiting women.
Yeah. Yes.
You get. So why, personally, I don't see a reason as to why a man should be violent to a woman.
Right.
Common sense.
Exactly.
Why would you be violent to a woman? Why would a woman be violent to you?
Yeah.
Yes.
There is
At
no
any
room
given
for
time,
violence.
at any
Yeah.
given time.
Yes.
So being told to stick in a relationship or in marriage because that is how you are brought up and somebody's beating you, use your common sense. What if they kill you?
Yeah.
That is common sense. So
Yeah.
they're telling you, stick in marriage when things are going up and down, but don't accept violence. Because even back in the days, you would find men being punished for being violent to their women.
Yeah.
Violence is not
So-
accepted at any point.
Our cultures bring up women to be good wives, but not to be wives that can handle violence. Yeah.
True,
And-
true. I agree with you. Let me finish my point.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Do you think?
Before-
Do you think?
I wanted to defend women with tattoos because I clearly on this episode I do have one. But sometimes people think women with tattoos like put so much thought into getting the tattoos. Sometimes you're just bored. Sometimes you just got one just because you got one. Like there's nothing behind it. The pain isn't that bad. You understand? So I don't think I wouldn't encourage for people to think women with tattoos are a certain type of way. I know the most religious girl with a tattoo. I know the most married person with a tattoo. Like tattoos are everywhere.
They're the most married person.
Like she's been married for like 40 years or
longest
whatnot.
or
And she
older.
has a tattoo and she's thriving in her marriage. Yeah, but that's it.
No, like
Outer.
tattoos,
see,
to be honest, tattoos have painted this type of picture in the community that any woman that has a tattoo is in a shower.
What is a shot? Oh, hold on. Wait, hold on. Can I get a
Brother Bernard, hey. No, let's be honest. When somebody sees you with a tattoo,
They think you're a hoe.
you are exactly. You
That's
get
what an
It may
shower
not-
means.
it may
A
not-
shower is in South.
a hole.
Is that in Uganda?
No,
that
it's
is a
Nigerian.
Nigerian word.
Ausha, Ashao, Ausha.
That is like being a
You
prostitute.
know it.
Okay.
So
I want
when
to know that
when
one.
they see a woman that has tattoos, that is what comes in their mind first. But because back in the days, you would find most prostitutes had what? Tattoos. But right now, everybody's having
Even
a
in
tattoo.
Africa.
Yeah. I swear, like, you would find 90% of the prostitutes have tattoos.
In Africa.
Yep.
Yeah,
So that is why if
please don't
somebody
give me that
sees
look.
her, that is why when somebody sees her with a tattoo, they will definitely think she's in that
But
side.
her tattoo is
I
right now-
don't need that type
No,
of
no.
stupidity
No.
around.
No,
Ah,
it's not
tattoo.
stupidity.
Eh.
That is what comes in my mind first. But and then let me tell you.
So the first time you
let me
saw me
tell
when
you.
you got in, you
No,
thought
let
that's
me
an
finish
shower.
up.
That is him. That is him.
Let me tell you.
That is him.
No, let me finish up.
Okay,
That is what comes
Oh.
in my head first. And any other guy would see that and they think you are this kind of a girl that they could just hit and run, you get. But when you sit down and look at it and look at how she conducts herself, that is when you be like, she did maybe she did it for a reason. Maybe she had a meaning for putting that tattoo.
Exactly.
She's an African.
Yeah.
You get.
Actually,
She
the
loves
tattoo is
being an African. So
Yes.
that is when you now think beyond. But the moment somebody sees a tattoo like this, negative thoughts come first. And then later common sense will tell you, I beg, that
But
was
you're
something
right.
that was inspired by something
the
else.
cleaning lady here, when she saw my tattoo, she's like, oh my God, who's going to marry you? But yeah.
You see, eh?
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah. Mr. Yaga has a point there. Mr. Yaga has a point there, but okay, it may not necessarily, to me, it may not necessarily mean like a whole something, but at least it points a picture of a muyaye somehow.
That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
yeah,
somehow you are muyaye. You're
Is
like,
it like scammer?
yes, come on. You get it? You may not be a hoe, but when it comes to playing you, you're kind of sharp.
Eh?
Yeah, like,
You are fast.
and And
For me, the most people here relate it to being a city girl. The same way they see people who
Auntie,
wear anklets.
Muna Kampala,
Let's be honest,
Muyai.
city girls are being
You
taken
tell
to be
them.
Bayaye.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
Muyai,
like,
that
you're from
is the
the
same thing.
city, guys.
City girl
Those are
Muyai,
stereotypes.
that's the
City
same
girl,
thing.
when you go to the
But
village.
do all people who wear anklets are bayaye or?
Yes, Muyai, same thing.
Exactly.
And also it
So-
depends from
This
the
thing
culture
here.
anyway.
No, that's the pain. That's what the people.
Okay,
that's
guys,
what assume.
let's move on to the dating.
No, let's
let's go back to dating.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
this is dating.
How is it
like-
dating when
like-
you're just
like I
No,
said,
because I'm saying
Yes, Yaga.
no, go ahead.
like I said, back in the days, the Ashawos, the Bayayes had these things as signs. Has signs. So when you
even
find
red
somebody, that-
nails were a symbol of
You
being
get-
a
Wait,
shower.
Really?
Back then. Oh my god, I have
Now you're pointing out.
Ah,
She's pointing
Enoch,
out all the
Enoch,
signs
Enoch.
and symptoms.
Eh?
She has all the signs and symptoms.
Today is not my day.
But given of course the tradition, African tradition, as we are not used to this. thing.
Have you dated
Main-
a Kenyan?
And that's where I was going to go to.
Hold on. Story time music.
let's go.
Personally, I've never dated Kenyan. You know me, I've been in Uganda. I've not moved
need to
anywhere.
explore.
I'm just inside. I'm just seeing those. But from what I hear out there, and as per your experiences,
Yeah.
I would still conclude that, of course, the Ugandan girls are more traditional and submissive. And me personally, I would prefer my lady traditional and submissive. So although I've not yet tested Kenyan what? Flesh.
Pum pum.
It's dated, not
dated,
tasted.
sorry. I've not
I
yet
cannot
dated
accept that.
a Kenyan. Yeah. Still, as to what I hear, I would still prefer to date my Ugandan.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Ugandan
No,
what?
You know,
I
your,
would say-
your soulmate could be a Kenyan woman.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
My
As for
friend-
now.
My friend, Nyakana, shout out to him, got a beautiful, lovely wife from Kenya. We just
The priest.
Yeah, he's
And
not
his-
a priest, the ex-priest.
Yeah, you see, 'cause his wife was. Oh my God.
Oh, so you can't say such things.
I'm just.
I'm gonna
I
watch this
didn't
episode.
say anything bad. I just like.
So
When I
he
saw his wife, I would have left the priesthood too. Niggas, God damn.
The wife
got
was
a
what?
His wife is
very
fine as
beautiful
shit.
wife, a Kenyan woman. And when the speeches are the things they were saying about her, they were amazing.
But did you see what she looked like?
She's a homemaker. Not what she looks like. She's a homemaker.
Yeah, that too. But she's that if you see what she like, you were like, oh my God. Like,
Oh God,
Okay,
I can't even tell them about
You know
this
why
episode.
they would say Kenyan
no,
women?
shout out to them. We're glad they got married because yeah. But his wife is hella fine, by the way. I'm just saying, from what you told me, I'm like, God damn.
Why is she looking at you like that?
Because these are my friends, and I don't
No,
want
he's a nice guy. I'm glad the brother got a good wife. Yeah, that's
yeah,
good.
he got a very good Kenyan woman. Now, had he stayed in Uganda with the Bafere here, he
Can we-
wouldn't have gotten married.
Can we post a picture of them? No.
No, please don't.
Yeah,
Do
because
not.
his
No.
wife is like, oh my
No.
goodness, like
And she watches us. Oh my, Yaga, continue.
So why I would say that
your
Kenyan
wife is
women-
fine. By the way,
Why I would say Kenyan women are like kind of feminists. You get?
yeah,
They speak for themselves than how Ugandan women do.
right.
And that makes somebody like a traditional African man think she's being a feminist. You get?
Are you against feminism?
I'm so much against them.
Really? Tell me more.
Hold on.
You know the
Story
problem.
time music.
We are not going there.
These generation women.
I swear, to be honest, man, this is it. Being a woman is the simplest and the best thing as long as you respect yourself first. Right now, our ladies don't respect themselves. How do you expect a man to treat you?
How
well?
simple is it being a woman?
It's
Please
very easy.
tell us.
Just be nice, be beautiful, respect yourself, and a man will do everything for you.
Ooh.
Be calm. It's just common sense. Be calm. Be yourself. You don't need to be yourself in a negative way.
Rachel has something to say.
I swear on God, like
We need to start that. We need to start that.
this is it. Okay, look at things in this way. Imagine dating a man who cannot provide. A man
God
that is
forbid.
behaving like Tofia kwa. So this is it. Imagine dating a man who cannot provide. A man who doesn't respect women. A man that behaves like a boy. How would you feel? How would it feel dating a man like that?
Rachel, finish
This
him.
goes the other way around. Imagine dating a woman who doesn't respect herself, because we men, the first time we meet a woman,
Uh-huh.
it's how she conducts herself
Uh-huh.
that will make us see whether this one I'm going to knock and leave. I'm going to treat her like a queen or not. 90% of the time, when you meet a woman, it's how she's conducting herself to you. That is how you are going to first. That is the image she's going to paint in her head. And then...
Rachel, finish.
No, wait. Let me finish up.
Just about
That is how you are
finishing.
going to paint her until she proves you wrong. You get? So if I come to you and you're this nice, easy woman, then I'm already seeing a wife.
Exactly.
But if I come to you
How many-
and you're nya 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 nya
How
nya nya
many,
nya,
how
I
many
see an
women
shower.
or girlfriends do you have trapped in that whole thing of wife material? But
It's not wife material.
Who do you end up marrying?
No,
The
this
whole
is it.
that they
The
Yeah.
want to
question-
Wife
marry.
material.
You
Let
know,
me tell
these
you,
guys
this is
will
it.
keep you
This is it.
trapped of
Personally-
wife material.
personally-
the whole
personally-
time
Yaga, yes?
he's out there having the girls he's speaking
is now
against, and the same girls is going to
That one
marry.
depends on the person now.
Yeah, this is why
the
I'm saying.
majority, the majority.
Everyone has different
And
characters.
then
This is
when
why
you
I'm
say,
saying-
the whole thing of I'm trying to connect what you were saying that that women have it easy. You are joking.
Women don't
You
have
are
it
a
easy,
joke.
first of all, by the way.
No, let me-
I think that's,
Your guy's
that's
point
the
was
notion.
clear.
No, your point is very clear, but women don't have it easy. Guys,
Why?
women struggle every day.
Why are you struggling?
Men have this notion. No, men have this notion that women
me
should
tell
have
you.
an
Why is
easy
she
life.
struggling? The
Just
things are
because
Let me tell you.
I
because
can't accept
at
that.
the end of the day, in your mind, you think if you have the productive part that women should have, then you should be having it easy in life. But that's not true. Women suffer every day.
When
No,
you
this is
complicate
it. No,
things.
this is it. This is one thing I always wanted to say, like on a podcast. Be a woman. Don't try to be a man.
Exactly.
So what? I don't. Well, take it back to the topic. Do you think that on average, Kenyan women are more trying to be like
Men than to remain
than
women.
Ugandan?
Yeah. Ugandan women are more of women compared to Kenyan women. Kenyan women,
I want to turn into men.
yeah.
TikTok clip.
You get? So don't try to be a man. Be a woman, know your place, and let a man be a man
Perfect.
so that he can also know his place. But when you try to encroach
Yeah.
and cross borders,
Okay.
that is when some men will behave like, I don't want to use bad words, will behave like idiots. You guys are used to idiots. You get? That is when a man will behave like an idiot. But the moment you put yourself in your place as a
Yeah.
woman,
Okay.
90% of the time, this man is going to be a man.
Okay.
So give a man an environment of being a man, and let's see if he's not going to be a man.
Yeah. If he fails, then he has failed.
He has failed. You get?
Yeah.
Why
But
would
you've
I
done
wait
your
for
part.
you to
Give
prove
him
yourself
an
to be a
environment.
man?
Okay, then you turn into
No,
a
I
man.
don't need to
Then
turn
you-
into a man.
You turn into a man.
This is
The whole thing of we are, the more these economies are moving at a fast pace, everything is changing, and we have this influence of Western models and standards that
Why are
still
you
continue
Have
to
men
dominate
changed?
Africa. You're not also seeing
The
that.
question-
Men have changed.
No,
How
listen,
many of you are
have
taking
men-
up 100% of the bills of the girls you deal with?
Because you guys are trying to take up our part.
Which
How
which
do you
part
expect
are
me
we
to
even
do 100% when
why
you're
are
trying
we, why are we
Listen,
even trying
I
to
have
take
no
your part?
problem.
There's a problem.
We have the
there.
Joans now.
This is it.
This the times have changed. Unlike the past,
This is it. Yeah?
now we have Joans.
This is it. I have no problem with you
Stop
making your
fighting me
money.
that line.
Yes, I have no problem with you going to school, making your money, finding a job, and all that. But come back home and give me an environment that I want to be a
Are
man.
you that
is the
man?
same thing I'm going to do. Like you. That is what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me finish up.
Positive saying.
Let me come home and find an environment of being a man, a husband of the house, and I will give you an environment of being a wife of that house.
Exactly.
You get?
Quote Yaga on this when he gets married.
Yes.
Hope
You
the
get?
wife finds
But
this
if I
clip.
come home and I'm not having peace,
And
I'm
you
not
find
gonna
a fellow man.
I will give you problems always.
So let me ask you
Simple.
this
By
then.
problems, you mean cheating or something
So
else?
wait a minute. Let me
Well,
ask you.
Give me
Everything.
stress, I go and find somewhere to get peace.
I wanna ask a question then. So we've talked about that Kenya has more capitalism, and so that capitalism is going to be distributed. I'm not going to say it's equally distributed between men and women, but obviously women are doing better in Kenya on average than in Uganda. So because of that situation or that issue that's occurring, the wine is catching up to me. Now, do you think that obviously that women are submissive in Uganda because of the lack of opportunity, because of the lack, do you think that if Uganda also start developing and we start getting more investment into the country, and then women become more independent, how will they act in Uganda? Are they acting this way because they want to, because it's cultural, or because it's an economic submissiveness?
I think that is going to come to a personal type of behavior. You're not going to say that the whole Ugandan women are going to behave like this because they have opportunities or anything like that.
Yeah.
A woman that values herself, that respects herself, that has cultures and norms, you get. She's going to make sure she's that same woman. You get.
Even if
doesn't matter how much she makes.
But I mean, in society on average, though.
in general.
In general.
I would say.
Obviously, in general. it's-
I would say in general average, ladies, the moment they start having opportunities like men, the behaviors change. That is, you've seen it.
So you think that women in Uganda don't have opportunities like men?
They don't. Like
They don't.
how men are.
Like
Trust me,
so
they
you
don't.
think the women have more opportunities in Kenya than
in Kenya
Uganda?
than in Uganda?
They do. Okay, so do you feel that way?
Speaking about the last statement you just made, I feel like women have more opportunities in Kenya because you can see so many CEOs in Kenya are women.
Are women?
Yeah. They even brought one from Kenya to Uganda. The current CEO of MTN is a Kenyan lady called Sylvia. I love her by the way.
Whoa!
Yeah.
So she was
She was working with Safaricom and then they brought
came
her
to here.
Yeah, but she's now the CEO of MTN Uganda.
Well, our CEO is you've been CEO before, but am I the CEO?
You are a CEO. But yes, just to speak on what they're saying, but would that if more Ugandan women made more money, would they change how they act? I do not think so because traditionally we have been taught, we've been shown the way on how to take care of men. So
Yes.
even if they earn more money, I don't think they'll change.
Sorry to cut you
If
short.
that's how she wants to.
Sorry to cut you short. Kenyan women are also having traditions. Like they have also been brought up the same way.
Oh, yeah.
Every
Very
African
similar.
country has its own culture.
Yeah.
So, but the cultures differ. It's how you treat and all that. But
Yeah.
one thing I know for sure is in every African country you go to, you're going to find we have 80% the same culture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
We have 80% of
very
the same
great point.
culture. Right now, I don't see any difference between a South Sudanese woman and a Ugandan woman because our women, they are brought up to be housewives.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're not brought up to, even if she has gone to school, even if she can find a job or anything like that. We prefer providing for our women.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that they can nurture the kids.
Yes.
Because I don't see, to be honest, like, okay, the way the world is moving right now, it is becoming hard for men to provide by themselves alone for the whole family. because
Right.
It's becoming expensive. So
Yes.
men are going out, working like crazy, come back home, provide, and it's like they're doing nothing.
Yeah.
That is why they're giving women the opportunity to also go and work. And maybe be your backbone when I'm down. My woman should be my backbone. But when you come to my country, I'm going to talk on behalf of my country, South Sudan, especially my tribe. Our women are brought up in a way that they have to be housewives. Even if she has gone to school, even if she can find a good job and make more than I make, you get. We want our women to be home and nurture the kids because we all can't leave the house and leave kids like they are mushrooms. This kid is going to grow up without culture. He's going to grow up without norms. You get. But that can be done by a woman very well, more 100% than how a man would do it. Because we men, we have a soldier lifestyle. We are not nice to kids and all that. You get.
Yeah.
We are nice, but we are not so cool
You're not
and
nurturing.
Like a
you get
woman, like
like
a
how
woman.
women would raise a
Yeah.
kid. You get.
Yeah,
That
I
is why
get
we
it.
prefer our women being housewives.
Yeah.
You get. Nurture the kids. That is why in my culture or in my community, the moment a kid does something stupid, they say you're like your mom. They always insult their mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
they don't insult the dad.
Yeah.
They don't
Oh, I
insult the
didn't
dad
know
because
that.
it is the woman's duty.
It's the same in
Take
South
care of
Sudan
the
and
child.
Uganda?
Yeah, definitely.
The whole Africa.
It is.
Whoa.
That is how it is in Africa. When a kid does something stupid, they always insult their mom.
Even schools, they don't be calling dads, they call mom.
They call moms. You get. Because mothers are known to be they're known
From
to be-
TikTok.
they are known for nurturing. Like they are good at
And they have
nurturing.
Yeah.
They have that
attachment.
love.
Yeah.
That
Just
you get.
yeah, just to complete what I was trying to say, I know there are women out there who make a lot of money, but when they get home, like Ugandan women, when they get home, they understand that a man is the man.
Yeah.
This is the head of the house, and I have to respect him and whatnot. So I don't think if the economy changed and whatnot, and women got more opportunities in Uganda, that they would change because traditionally it's just been instilled in us to be the way we are. For example, I know a certain lady, she's a CEO of something, but she says my husband is my husband.
Husband.
He comes first. You know, if he calls me up, I'm going there anyway.
And it's the right
when
way.
she gets home, like she now takes on the duty of being a wife.
Right.
That's why this one is saying that Joannes of this world.
I'm using you
No,
as
no,
an
no.
example.
But
Let me just say this real quick.
when I am dating someone and I get to understand that my man is my man and my man is my king,
But
that's
I want
it.
to
I could
ask
be here
you
opening my
from.
mouth, but there's a difference
Joanne,
because of
a question.
what we've been told growing up.
Joanne, a question.
Please.
Out of 100% of women that are making money, I want you to be honest. According to what you've seen on social media and your friends or your neighbors, how many women, just give a percentage, how many women stick to being women even when they're making a lot of money?
It's not that many.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But because
It's only a small
money
percentage,
so you
exposes
also know
character at the end of the day.
No, that's
Money
true.
exposes
No,
character.
that is, you are very correct. When
Is that
it
the
comes
true
to that.
female
You get-
character then?
Brian, what
Somebody like Yaga or Ada Bryan, they're more into the culture than we are. So we look at things very broad as a foreigner. We're trying to get back into Africa, or our people have been gone for hundreds of years. Although we are an iteration. Okay, let me just say this: as an African American, when I come and see Yaga or I come and see Ada Bryan, there's not so much far from me that I feel uncomfortable. You understand what I'm saying? But there are things in the culture that they can see iterations that I just can't see. I will generalize everything.
Exactly.
Because for me, a Kenyan and a Ugandan woman and a Rwandese woman to me can be very the same.
yeah.
But now you talk to Ada Bryan or Satati, they know the cultural differences in details. Satati is very fastidious. What I would say for an American man or a man from the diaspora, a Kenyan woman and a Ugandan woman can be equally as submissive in general, depending on the kind of the man that you are.
Exactly.
Overall. Now, Kenyan women, from what I will feel like that I've interacted with, are more likely to, like I say, push back on things. But it doesn't mean all the way. But the general thing in both groups, a Kenyan woman and a Ugandan woman, 50-50 is a no-no. You're paying for everything.
Yes.
So
repeat
I want
that, O'Shea. Repeat that so they hear you.
50-50 is a
John.
no-no. Right? And me, I'm an American guy where 50-50 is very common.
Normal. It's very normal.
But I'm from the old school. Don't let the backwards hat fool you. My granddad was born in 1918 in Lincoln, Missouri. I'm from the old school. My granddad was born, he was 63 when I was born. He was old already, right? I'm 42. So he's 63. So that's the kind of training that I had. So the training that you had was, it's up to you to do everything. Now, in that perspective, a lot of American men, if you're looking for somebody that want to contribute, you date somebody from Africa, you're paying for everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't look for her to do nothing. Now, if you want to help her start a business or help educate her and give her... Now, a lot of times here in Uganda and Kenya, women are going to look for you to give more... Women in general want more instruction or... What do you think about this? Women have wisdom too, but men are also going to be more leaders. Women are going to let you lead more here. They talk to do that. So if you're the kind of man and you're a good leader, because every man ain't a good leader, but like I said, if you're a good provider and a good leader, your woman can help you do X, Y, and Z. But 50-50, Ugandan woman from the continent, Kenyan woman from the continent, no woman wants to be in a 50-50 relationship.
No woman.
So you need to be that as an American man. Come with the understanding that it's you that need to make everything happen. If you don't want that, don't come here. But here's one thing I like about these two brothers here, right? As men, I've been working with Ada Bryan for like on and off 2 years. We try to help each other and invest in ourselves. So if my brother if I'm not doing good or he's not doing good, I'm gonna try to support him. He try to support me. Then the women in our community are going to benefit from that. So men have to come together and try to support each other to help support who?
Women.
Your women. That's the one thing that I see that is kind of missing here from the old school. I think the Ugandan men of the old day, from what I hear, and Kenyan women of the old day, they were more likely to do that. Now we have a lot more of capitalist individualism in Africa, and the big man culture has gotten so strong here. And I want to say this. Our communalism used to be stronger in the African world, in the Black American world too. But as more you see these guys getting rich, scammers and all this, African men, Black American men, we all want to be the top guy. And we have forgotten that we all got to help each other. So when we don't help each other, then our women, then we fail to provide for the women. So the women seek opportunities amongst themselves. So then they're like, well, then why do I need you? You understand what I'm saying? But if we go back to the traditional way of, look, hey, it's Ada Brian. When I was gone, Ada Brian filled in for me when I was in Dubai. I want my brother to fill in for me when I'm gone because that's the relationship I have with him. And if he need me to do something, fill in for him. That's what makes your women submissive when you're loyal to your men. And a lot of African men and a lot of Black American men, we forgot that, how to be loyal to each other. Because a lot of the ways that the women are acting, because of that, is because the men are not loyal to each other. But now once you get men that have rules of engagement, the women start being more submissive to that.
That actually depends on which culture you're from, though.
I think all around.
You need to visit South Sudan and see my tribe.
South Sudan?
You need to visit South Sudan and
different
see my
thing.
tribe.
Those are the best freedom fighters in Africa. So
Let me tell you, in my country and my culture, even up to date, if I move today or if I die today, my brother is going to stand up for me. Take care of my kids until they're independent. Take care of my wife. And like she feels, they have to take care of her because when you get married to a woman, she's not only yours. She's only yours in bed.
Okay.
You get?
Hello.
But when it comes
So
to
it takes care, not
resources,
the bedroom part.
TikTok moment.
yeah, your woman is only yours when it comes to bed.
Yeah,
You get
I wanted that
knackementation.
clarification.
Yes, when you come to knacking, she's only yours.
I really
But
wanted
when
that
it comes to
clarification.
other different what, she's
Come on.
for the family, she's
Preach.
for the community, she's for the culture. Because that is why you would find today, I might pass away, but my woman is still going to live her life. She's still going to get what she has been getting.
Because the community take care of
Personally,
her.
my dad passed away few months before they gave birth to me. And my cousin has been taking care of me till today.
Wow.
By my
Shout out
uncles.
to him.
I've never felt like an orphan.
Wow.
Yeah. And even when I lost my mom in 2015, still I've been living life like somebody that has parents. That is how we live in a South Sudanese community. If you've noticed in Uganda, you'd find you go to a South Sudanese household here in Uganda, find over 15 kids. You
Our
think they're from one
neighbors are
person?
South Sudanese.
Yeah? You think they're from one person? No. You find one person is taking care of these kids because he knows tomorrow if he loses his job and one of these kids is successful or one of his cousins, we will pick up from there. So we raise ourselves in a community way.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where we are.
Yes.
This one, even in the West, they are doing the same thing.
Yes.
But they will never come and show it out here on social media.
But it's a lot of them in London. Where's the biggest South Sudanese community in the West?
In the West, it's the
Minnesota?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Australia for sure.
When you go to
Australia.
the
It's
West,
a lot,
Yeah, that's
lot in Australia, right? South Sudanese?
Australians-
Hell yes.
South Sudanese, it's like a tribe in Australia.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
What are you guys looking
didn't
for
know.
outside?
Like most of them were taken as refugees. You know, we've been in war for the longest. I think in Africa here, South Sudan has been a country that has been in war for the longest time. So my people have been displaced. Most of them are in Kenya. Others were born in Kenya. They moved to Australia. 90% of the South Sudanese you see in the West are refugees. They went as refugees.
But are they in Australia or UK or USA?
Mostly is Australia. USA, they have a few. But
What city?
Australia, they have dominated.
Yeah, there's so many. Like so
so
many
many.
models too in Australia.
Australia. Most of the models you see on social
So
media. and all that are from
beautiful too. Oh
Australia.
my
They're
God.
in the UK.
The adults, the dots.
Man, I can have like 10
Amazing.
babies.
I do want to ask, Yaga, that was such a beautiful history lesson. Thank you so much. I want to ask the Tati, our Kenyan resident editor, videographer,
Yes.
sound engineer,
Give him the mic.
music producer. Let us know. You were in Kenya before you moved to Uganda. How was the dating scene like?
Storytime music.
Let us know.
First of all, I'd say, speaking for myself, so I think for the time I've been in Kenya, I was sort of in my younger age. So I wouldn't say I got a lot of experience in terms of dating. So, yeah, but just from the physical aspect of it, from the physical aspect of it, when I compare like women in Kenya and Uganda.
Really?
I'm more likely to fall for Ugandan women
Still a virgin.
among the two countries.
Can't say such things.
First of all, because of the traditional. It's a weird way of looking at it, but at the end of the day, any man who's in the right mind would want a traditional woman, like even if she earns her own money or does her own thing. But at the end of the day, every man will look at a traditional more, would want a traditional woman more. So I would say I've seen more of
Woman.
Ugandan women, like even the friends, or I've been moving around, like visiting families and what. Like when you see how the women are doing like the housework and cooking and feeding visitors and everything, that's something I've never experienced in Kenya. Like,
Tisachi, thank you so much for that. Guys, let's wrap this one up. So yeah, any last remarks on this particular topic?
Me, I would say women stop trying to be men. That is one thing I will say, because you make men feel like they're not being men. Why? Because you're not giving them an environment of being a man. Let me tell you, there is a difference between a house and a home. Men want to come home, not come back to their house. You get? I want to come home. My home is my woman. How she conducts everything, how she does everything is what makes it a home. You get? So stop trying to be a man, no matter how much money you're making, no matter how big you are on social media, in public, or anything like that. Just be humble. Be humble and be a woman. Remember, at some point you're going to have you're going to have kids, might even have girls. Would you wish your daughter to be like you? Would you wish your daughter to be out on social media, being called names and all that because of how she's conducting herself? Remember, she gets to learn from the elders. Who is the elder? You, the mom. So the way you treat yourself, the way you conduct yourself around people and around your kids, determine how these kids are going to learn. You get? So if they see their mom is trying to be the man of the house, definitely this young girl is going to grow up with the mentality that, yeah, I'm going to be a man of my house.
Yeah.
I'm never going to give my husband an opportunity of being a man in that house. You get?
Okay.
It doesn't come to tradition or anything. Common sense will tell you that a woman is a woman, a man is a man. Even if a man tries to cross the boundaries to be like a woman, then you're being stupid.
Wow, Yaga.
You get?
Wow. I can feel it. I think you'll get married in like a few years.
He has grown up very fast.
I'm giving you 2 years tops
Hell no,
because
I'm
the
not getting
way.
married. I'm
Yes,
just
grown up
The
very
way
fast.
he's talking.
Why wouldn't you want to get married? Don't you want to go to a
He's
home?
talking like that, right?
Inshallah, we'll get married, but for now, I'm still looking for money.
Oh.
Hey!
Yeah. Okay, that's lovely. Guys, any other person?
Maybe I can say, just to add on that, what Yaga said, a man is a man, a woman is a man. A man can never be a woman. Woman can never be a man. Whether you do what or what, that's just how it was meant to be. Yeah, and of course, I would like to conclude back to the topic. It's Kenyan dating versus Ugandan dating.
Yeah.
And I would like to emphasize, I like my woman traditional, and I know most men would like their women traditional and submissive. So for now, before I explore the Kenyan flesh, I would like to stick to my Ugandan traditional women.
Until you find a
Until
traditional
further
Kenyan
notice,
woman.
yes. Until I find traditional.
First of all,
They are so traditional, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your last remarks, guys.
You ready to go home?
No, Kenyan women, come in the comment section.
And
Yeah,
do
get
what?
them.
Let these people know. Let these two.
Nothing.
Let these two know in the comment section.
You're gonna trend on TikTok.
No,
Let
you are
them
going to
know.
actually make
Kenyan
it look
women.
You're
Listen,
gonna trend.
Yeah.
don't
she's
make
going
it
to
look like
you're
we are
competing.
against Kenyan women.
No, you're not against them.
Then why
But
you mobilizing
No,
them?
I'm not mobilizing them. I'm
What are you
just
saying?
because
Assemble. Kenyan women assemble. No.
there's no
Assembling
Kenyan
them.
woman to defend herself here. So let the comment section.
But we will
let
do a
the
part
Kenyan-
two.
What are they
We'll do-
defending?
We'll do a
No,
part
let them
two.
come and tell us.
You know,
Maybe
as-
we're wrong. We can't be right
Okay,
all the
this
time.
Wait a
is
minute.
it.
You know
This is
Asia,
it.
right? You know Asia.
Yeah.
Oh, love
Okay. Yeah, we could see if we can get Asia to come on the part 2.
She will.
Okay. Let me just say this real quick. And of course, I agree with what he's saying. But here's what I've noticed about being in Uganda. And I want to give a shout out to all of the Kenyan, because what made me was Kenyan and Ugandan men. Like World War II, there's a saying that said that, United States brought the firepower, Britain brought the brains, and Russia brought the blood. That's what won World War II, right? And for me, what took my personal career together was men from both Kenya and Uganda. And what I can tell you about both of these groups of men, I'm highly respectful towards Kenyan and Uganda men because for me personally, as an American, they changed my life. And what I know is true is when you get men that will come together and build a community, whether the woman's from Uganda or Kenya, that woman's going to be nice. Okay? If you are a man that has a level of productivity, but it comes with a level of personal sacrifice. And I know a lot of men are watching us in the diaspora and you want to come to Africa, but you're not going to be able to build anything. Because look at the Chinese men. Look at the Lebanese men. These men will help each other before they help you. Okay?
Exactly.
Now, black men are different. We want to get rich. African men, African-American men, Caribbean men, and we don't really look at our men that we can bring up to help us do something. And we don't respect our men. But Arabs respect their men. You know? African men respect their men more than I said we as Arabs than we do. But the reality why you see Arabic women acting the way they are because the rules that men have as engagement. So when the men act a certain way, the women understand. Because women, the term alpha male, what is an alpha male? People think it's a guy who gets a lot of girls. That's not an alpha male. Alpha man is the leader amongst the men. Women automatically respect women who lead men. Automatically, it's the case, right? So as us complaining about how women act, it is true. But then look at how the men are acting. So now if I'm asking a woman to do this, but I don't support my brother, me and my brother can't come together and build anything, then how can we act them? Yeah. So in the diaspora, I would say wherever you are, a lot of brothers are coming from the States and you're disgruntled women. But if you come to Africa and you can't do anything with men, you're still going to be in the same position you were in the States. Women respect men who have productivity and have leadership. And as a group of black men in the world, we're being dominated by men who have more leadership than we do. And they have a better code. That's why the Chinese men are so active here, Lebanese men, Indian men, over us, because their men have a better relationship than we do. So now, once you have that relationship, that's why you can't find an Indian woman sleeping with a Ugandan man, for the most part, or in Kenya. Let's look at our African community. Look at the Somali men. Have you been to Kenya and you see Somali men, they love coffee? Have we seen it now? What about you, Rachel? You've seen it. We've been to coffee. Art Cafe. Somali men are some of the best men in Africa, in my honest opinion. I'm going to tell you why. Somali men are a blend between the African heritage and Arabic. They don't take no shit. They can cut your neck right off your head if they need to. And also, they lead their women. That's why we know in Africa, we can't just go talk to Somali women if we want to.
Anyhow, yeah, because you know what would happen next.
You know, right? Somali men are going to do whatever they can do to lead their community. And that's why I have a lot of respect for Somali men, Eritrean men, even women here in Uganda. But as men, we got to look at the truth.
Yeah.
We are men. We got to come together and help each other. We got to get out of that big man culture, wanting to shine on one another, whatever, right there, right? Yeah. So if my brother Yaga is more talented, let me push my brother up. Out of Brian, push my brother up. Women going to realize that. Whether you Kenyan or Ugandan, and once they see that, you're going to get what you're looking for. In my honest opinion, from what I see. But on average, as an American, I think both of them you'll be able to vibe with.
Well, thank you so much for that.
You ready to go home? Are you ready to go home?
No, that was such.
Are you ready to go home?
First of all,
you're
guys,
ready to go home.
Let's give O'Shea his flowers.
No. You ready to go home?
He gave such a brilliant closing remark.
You ready to go home?
True.
An amazing closing remark.
Are you ready to go home?
All the men in this room are inspired.
Are you ready to go home?
They're inspired. They want to take after you.
They laughing at me over there.
But guys, follow Yaga at Mr. Idiot, Outer Brian at Outer Brian. Do not message O'Shea. Reach out to us at teamkenganda@gmail.com. Follow our social media pages at Kenganda Nation. You know what? We do have a dating show called the Pan-African Dating Show.
And both of them have been on there.
We have Kenyan girls there. We have Ugandan girls there. So do check that out. Yeah, you guys have done an episode there, right?
Go look out for episode.
An amazing one.
I think out of Brian, we're going to take out of Brian with us if we go to Kenya. We go to Kenya.
Lovely. Look at him so that you can see some Ugandan.
He can see
You know
some.
what? I hope you can respect Kenyan women and not just test. I hope you respect them.
We want you to get married, out of Brian.
They respect to come.
Will you marry them?
We'll see you guys next time.
Peace out.
Is he out of Brian lying?
Oh my